Welcome back to Z Coins. Today, we have a fascinating topic to dive into, one that involves rare coins, historical significance, and some mind-blowing values. If you're a coin collector, history buff, or just someone who loves intriguing stories, you're in for a treat. We're talking about the 1981 Lincoln Mark I cent, an extraordinary penny with a staggering market value of $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.7 million for a single penny. But how did a 1981 Lincoln penny become worth so much? Let's dig into the history, value, and market dynamics surrounding this elusive coin. The Lincoln penny, or the Lincoln cent, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse. The design was later changed to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The penny continued to evolve, with changes in minting processes and design over the decades. By 1981, the penny was still being produced with the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but it's what happened behind the scenes that would make a particular 1981 penny incredibly rare. The 1981 Lincoln Mark I cent is not your ordinary penny. In fact, it's quite extraordinary. This coin is known for a rare minting error that occurred during its production. Specifically, the Mark I designation refers to a distinctive die error that created a unique and valuable variation of the 1981 Lincoln penny. The error involves a misalignment or other anomaly that resulted in a coin with features not seen on standard 1981 pennies. These errors are rare and often lead to substantial value among collectors. So why is this penny worth such a jaw-dropping amount? The rarity of the 1981 Lincoln Mark I cent is a major factor. Coins with minting errors, especially ones that are not widely known or cataloged, can fetch astronomical prices. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to such unique specimens. The market value of $1.7 million reflects not only the rarity of the coin, but also its desirability among high-end collectors and investors. The coin's provenance, the story behind its error, and its place in the broader context of coin collecting all contribute to its astronomical price. If you're wondering how to spot a 1981 Lincoln Mark I cent, it's crucial to look for specific features related to the error. Here are some tips. Look closely at the details of the coin. Any anomalies or deviations from the standard design could be indicative of a rare error coin. Given the value, it's advisable to have any potential Mark I cent professionally authenticated and graded by a reputable numismatic organization. Utilize coin guides, online databases, and forums dedicated to coin collecting to compare and verify the features of your penny. For those interested in investing in rare coins, the 1981 Lincoln Mark I cent serves as a prime example of the potential for high returns. However, it's important to approach coin investing with knowledge and caution. Here are a few tips if you're considering investing in rare coins. Understand the market trends, historical values, and the specific characteristics that make a coin valuable. Consult with numismatic experts or financial advisors who specialize in rare coins. Ensure that any coin you're investing in is authentic and properly graded by a recognized authority. The 1981 Lincoln Mark I cent is more than just a penny. It's a symbol of how rare and unique errors can create immense value. Whether you're a collector, investor, or just fascinated by coin history, this penny story is a testament to the incredible world of numismatics. We're diving deep into the fascinating history of this coin, why it's worth a fortune, and how you could potentially find one in your own pocket change. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting tips and rare coin stories. To understand the value behind this penny, we first need to look at its origins. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted during an interesting time in U.S. history. The country was celebrating its 200th birthday with the bicentennial in full swing. While the U.S. Mint created special commemorative coins for the occasion, like the bicentennial quarter, the Lincoln penny remained part of the standard circulation with no special design changes. But why, then, is this simple penny so valuable today? The Lincoln penny, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, was already a staple in U.S. coinage. By 1976, the penny was still made from copper, but that would soon change. Just a few years later, in 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned to using copper-plated zinc due to the rising cost of copper. However, 1976 was still a year when pennies were composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making them heavier and more durable than the pennies we use today. So what makes this particular 1976 Lincoln penny worth $1.9 million? It's not just any 1976 penny. This coin is valuable because of a rare minting error. When coins are struck, they go through a rigorous process, but sometimes mistakes happen. In the case of this 1976 penny, a small group of coins were accidentally struck on planchets that were not meant for U.S. currency. This particular penny was mistakenly struck on a foreign planchet, a blank metal disc intended for another country's coinage. These foreign planchets were made of a different composition, making the penny significantly rarer and more valuable. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and that's exactly why these coins are worth so much to collectors today. Coins like this 1976 Lincoln penny are typically discovered by accident, often found by someone carefully examining their loose change. However, it takes a trained eye to identify the subtle differences that make it stand out. In most cases, a coin dealer or expert will notice the unusual weight or metallic composition. Professional coin grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, are responsible for authenticating and grading these coins. Once authenticated, these rare coins can go on to be auctioned for incredible sums. In 2020, a 1976 Lincoln penny struck on a foreign planchet was authenticated by PCGS, and the coin eventually sold for a staggering $1.9 million at auction. This was one of the highest amounts ever paid for a 1-cent coin. Now, let's break down what gives this particular penny its million-dollar value. There are 3 key factors to consider: rarity, condition, and historical significance. First and foremost is its rarity. As mentioned earlier, only a handful of 1976 pennies were struck on foreign planchets, making them extremely hard to come by. With so few in existence, the law of supply and demand drives the price sky high. Next, we have condition. Just like any collectible, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin. The coin that sold for $1.9 million was in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition, which means it was preserved without much wear or damage. Coins graded in mint condition by companies like PCGS can fetch much higher prices than worn or damaged coins. Finally, there's historical significance. While 1976 might not seem like an especially remarkable year for Lincoln pennies, any era coin automatically has a unique story to tell. Add to that the fact that it was struck during the U.S. bicentennial celebrations, and it becomes even more desirable to collectors. So, could you have one of these rare era pennies sitting in your pocket right now? It's unlikely, but not impossible. Here are a few steps you can take to check your 1976 pennies. Error pennies struck on foreign planchets will likely have a slightly different weight. Use a precise digital scale to measure it. The foreign planchet coins may look a bit different in color, since the metal composition varies. Look for any striking anomalies that differ from standard pennies, such as an off-center strike or doubled edges. If you find something that seems off, it's worth taking it to a professional for appraisal. Who knows? you might have a small fortune hiding in your spare change. With rare coin collecting growing in popularity, the market for rare pennies, like the 1976 Lincoln penny, is hotter than ever. While $1.9 million is an astronomical price, experts believe that these rare coins could become even more valuable over time. As more collectors and investors enter the market, demand for unique and historically significant coins continues to rise. That said, the current value of such rare coins will depend on market conditions, the specific coin's grade, and its historical context. So if you do find one of these pennies, be sure to consult with a professional coin dealer or numismatist to get the most accurate and up-to-date valuation. Who knew a humble penny could be worth millions? The story of the 1976 Lincoln penny is a reminder that sometimes, even the most ordinary objects can hold incredible value. So next time you're sorting through your loose change, keep an eye out. You might just strike it rich. We're going to dive deep into the history of the Lincoln penny, what makes the 1980 Mint Mark edition special, and most importantly, why its value has skyrocketed. So, if you're a collector or just love rare finds, stick around because this might just change the way you look at spare change. Before we dive into the rarity and value of the 1980 Lincoln penny, let's take a quick trip back in time to understand its historical significance. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first American coin to feature a president's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln set replaced the Indian head penny and became an immediate success. Over the years, the design has undergone a few changes, but Lincoln's image has remained on the penny ever since. From 1959 to 2008, the reverse side featured the iconic image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. But in 1980, something interesting happened at the Mint, and that's where the real story of today's video begins. So what makes the 1980 penny so special, and why is it now considered one of the most valuable modern coins in circulation? In 1980, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. But here's the catch. Not all pennies were created equally. Most pennies minted in Philadelphia bore no mint mark, while those minted in Denver had a small D mint mark. Similarly, pennies minted in San Francisco had the S mint mark. However, the penny that collectors are buzzing about is a very rare error coin from the Philadelphia Mint. Though Philadelphia coins typically didn't bear any mint mark, a small number of 1980 pennies were mistakenly struck with a P mint mark. This was a major minting error, as the Philadelphia Mint hadn't officially used a P mint mark on pennies until 2017. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Due to its minting error, the 1980 Lincoln penny with the P mint mark is incredibly rare. To date, only a few have been discovered, making it a true gem among collectors. But why is it worth so much money? Several factors contribute to its astronomical value. As mentioned, only a few of these P mint mark error pennies have surfaced, and rarity is one of the key drivers of value in coin collecting. The fewer there are, the more collectors are willing to pay. The value of any coin is also influenced by its condition. A penny that has been well preserved and graded in mint state condition by a reputable grading service, like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, will fetch a much higher price than one that is worn or damaged. There is a huge demand for error coins, especially from enthusiasts who focus on Lincoln pennies. When one of these rare coins comes up for auction, the bidding can become extremely competitive. One of these rare P Mint 1980 pennies was sold at auction for an astounding $1.8 million. This record-breaking sale solidified its place as one of the most valuable pennies in history. So, the next time you're digging through your spare change, don't just pass by those pennies. Here's what you need to check for. This is crucial. Check for a P Mint mark under the date. Remember, this was an error, so it's extremely rare. If you find one, take note of its condition. While finding any 1980p penny is amazing, having one in excellent condition could mean a massive difference in its value. If you think you've found one of these rare pennies, don't rush to sell it right away. First, get it graded by a professional. A certified grading can dramatically increase the final price you get if you decide to sell. While the 1980p mint penny is a standout, there are other Lincoln pennies that are also worth keeping an eye out for. Here's a quick rundown. During World War II, most pennies were made from steel to conserve copper for the war effort. However, a small number of 1943 pennies were accidentally struck in copper. These coins can fetch over $100,000 at auction. This penny shows a striking error where the date and lettering appear doubled. It's one of the most famous error coins in U.S. history, and collectors will pay thousands of dollars for one in good condition. Another valuable error coin where the lettering is noticeably doubled. If you have one of these, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. With all this talk of rare pennies, you might be wondering, what's the current market value for a 1980p mint penny? As of now, the value for these coins remains exceptionally high, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks for one in top-notch condition. The most recent sale, as we mentioned earlier, hit $1.8 million. However, even if you have a lower-grade example, it could still fetch thousands of dollars. Prices fluctuate based on demand, but the trend has been upward due to the scarcity of this mint error. So, if you happen to come across one, you could be looking at a life-changing discovery. And that's the fascinating story of the 1980 Lincoln penny with the rare P mint mark. Who would have thought that a simple 1-cent coin could be worth millions? Have you ever come across a rare penny in your change? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin insights, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1983 Mink Mark 1-cent Lincoln penny. If you've ever wondered about the stories behind rare coins and how they end up being worth millions, you're in for a treat. Buckle up, because we're about to explore the history, value, and current market status of this incredibly rare coin. Let's get started. So, what exactly is the 1983 Mink Mark 1-cent Lincoln penny? To put it simply, it's a rare and unique error coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. But first, let's rewind a bit and understand its background. The 1983 penny is notable for its regular design, which features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the Mink Mark variant stand out is a minor yet significant error in its production. To understand this error, let's look at how coins are typically minted. Coins are struck using metal blanks that are fed into a minting press, which impresses the designs onto the coins. In 1983, the U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of pennies due to high demand and a shortage of coins from the previous year. During this time, an error occurred. The 1983 Mink Mark penny is identified by a small but noticeable mark on the coin, which looks like a mink or an irregularity near Lincoln's shoulder. This is the result of an unusual minting process where a piece of debris or foreign material got caught in the die, creating the error. Now, you might be asking, how does a tiny mark turn a penny into a $1 million coin? Let's dive into the value and rarity aspect. The rarity of the 1983 Mink Mark penny is what drives its value. Only a handful of these error coins have been discovered, making them extremely sought after by collectors. The market for rare coins is driven by a combination of factors: historical significance, error rarity, and the condition of the coin. In recent years, these pennies have fetched astonishing prices at auctions. As of today, a 1983 Mink Mark penny can be valued at around $1.6 million, depending on its condition and provenance. This astronomical value is a testament to how rare error coins can be. Collectors and investors look for several factors when determining the value of a coin. These include the quality of the error, the number of known specimens, and historical interest. For the 1983 Mink Mark penny, all these factors contribute to its incredible worth. If you think you might have a 1983 Mink Mark penny, here's how to check. Look closely at the area near Lincoln's shoulder. The mink mark is a subtle yet distinct irregularity. However, determining the authenticity and value of such a coin is best left to professional graders and numismatic experts. Getting your coin appraised is crucial if you believe you have one of these rare pennies. Professional coin graders can authenticate the coin and provide an accurate valuation. If you're lucky enough to own one, you might want to consult with experts from reputable organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. We've got a fascinating topic for all you coin enthusiasts and collectors out there. We're diving into the world of one of the most mysterious and valuable pennies ever minted, the 1984 Mink Mark Lincoln penny. If you're into rare coins or just love learning about unique pieces of history, you're in for a treat. So let's get started. The 1984 Mink Mark 1-cent Lincoln penny is not just any ordinary coin. It's a legend in the numismatic world and has a story that's as intriguing as its value. You might be wondering, what makes this penny so special? Let's break it down. First, a bit of history. The 1984 Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, was minted to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's centennial. It's a part of the ongoing series that features Lincoln's image on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But here's where it gets interesting. While most 1984 pennies are fairly common and worth just 1 cent, there's a rare variant that's been making waves in the numismatic community. This rare variant is known as the Mink Mark penny. What makes it stand out is a small, almost imperceptible mark that appears on the coin's obverse. This mark, which some collectors refer to as a mink because of its resemblance to a mink's tail, is a result of a rare minting error. This small mark is the key to the coin's extraordinary value. The exact origin of the mink mark is shrouded in mystery, but it's believed to be a result of a foreign object or defect on the coin die used during the minting process. This error occurred at the Philadelphia Mint, which was responsible for producing the 1984 pennies. Given the high volume of coins minted each year, such errors are rare, but this particular one is incredibly unique due to the distinctiveness of the mark. Now, let's talk about value. The 1984 Mink Mark penny has become one of the most sought-after coins by collectors. The rarity of this minting error has driven its value through the roof. Today, a 1984 Mink Mark penny can fetch upwards of $1.5 million at auction, depending on its condition and provenance. This incredible value is a testament to how a simple minting error can transform an ordinary penny into a priceless treasure. In the world of coin collecting, such finds are like finding a needle in a haystack. The Mink Mark penny is a prime example of how numismatic errors can lead to huge financial rewards. Collectors who have come across this penny often hold onto it tightly, knowing that it could be their ticket to a significant return on investment. So how can you identify a Mink Mark penny? Here's what to look for. The Mink Mark is a small, subtle mark near the Lincoln Memorial on the obverse side. It's often difficult to spot without close inspection, so use a magnifying glass or a loupe. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin greatly affects its value. A coin in mint or near mint condition will be worth more. If you think you might have a Mink Mark penny, it's a good idea to consult a professional appraiser or numismatist for verification. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare pennies, you're holding a piece of history that's worth a fortune. And even if you don't, knowing the story behind the Mink Mark penny adds another layer of intrigue to the world of coin collecting. To wrap things up, The 1984 Mink Mark Lincoln penny is a prime example of how a small error can lead to big rewards. Its rarity and unique characteristics make it a coveted item among collectors and a fascinating topic for anyone interested in numismatics. If you enjoyed learning about this rare coin, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos on amazing collectibles and historical artifacts. We have an incredibly exciting topic that will make coin enthusiasts and history buffs alike sit up and take notice. We're talking about the 1989 Lincoln penny. Yes, that humble coin from the late 20th century, and how it's making headlines with an astonishing market value of $1.4 million. Intrigued? Let's unravel the mystery behind this remarkable coin. So grab a seat, and let's get started. The 1989 Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, is part of the iconic series of coins that have been minted in the United States since 1909. The penny features the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1989 penny so special? Why is it valued at such an astronomical figure? To understand the value of this coin, let's first take a quick journey through its history. The Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design has seen several changes, with the most notable being the transition from the Lincoln Memorial design to the Union Shield design in 2010. The 1989 penny is part of the series that continued with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes this particular coin stand out from the millions that were produced that year? The answer lies in a rare and unexpected error that occurred during its minting process. In the world of numismatics, the study or collection of currency, error coins can be extraordinarily valuable. For the 1989 penny, the error in question is a very rare one. In 1989, a small number of pennies were accidentally struck with an incorrect die. This resulted in what is known as a double die error, where the design on the coin was stamped twice in slightly different positions. This error can cause some parts of the design to appear double or offset, which is highly sought after by collectors. Experts in the field of numismatics, including coin dealers and collectors, have confirmed that the 1989 double die penny is exceptionally rare. Only a few of these error coins are believed to exist, and their rarity has driven their value to unprecedented heights. Recently, a 1989 Lincoln penny with this double die error was sold at auction for a staggering $1.4 million. This sale has set a new benchmark in the coin collecting world and has captured the imagination of many. So why is this error penny worth so much? The value comes from several factors. First, the rarity of the error makes it highly desirable among collectors. Second, the historical significance of the Lincoln cent and its long-standing role in American currency adds to its appeal. And finally, the condition of the coin, how well preserved and clear the error is, also plays a crucial role in determining its market value. If you're lucky enough to have a 1989 Lincoln penny, or any coin that you suspect might be a rare error, there are a few steps you can take to verify its authenticity. Start by examining the coin closely for any anomalies in the design. Then, consult with a professional numismatist or take it to a reputable coin grading service. Collecting coins can be an exciting and rewarding hobby, and discovering a rare piece like the 1989 Lincoln penny can turn into a thrilling experience. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always remember to do your research and stay informed about the market trends. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. And as always, drop your thoughts or any rare finds you've come across in the comments below. We have a truly incredible story to share with you. a tale of a seemingly ordinary penny that's worth a staggering $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. In this video, we're going to explore the value, history, and mystery surrounding the 2002 Lincoln Mark I cent. So, grab your magnifying glass and get ready for an exciting journey. First, let's start with the basics. The 2002 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. This particular penny was minted in 2002, and while most of these coins are worth just 1 cent, there's one special version that stands out. Regular 2002 pennies feature the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But the rare and valuable penny we're discussing today is a unique variant, often referred to as the Mark I cent. So, what makes this penny so special? To understand the value of the 2002 Mark I cent, we need to delve into its history. The story begins with a rare minting error or possibly a deliberate modification. Coin experts believe that a small number of these pennies were accidentally or intentionally altered during the minting process, resulting in a unique mark or feature on the coin. During the early 2000s, there were reports of unusual pennies circulating, but it wasn't until 2021 that the Mark I cent was officially recognized as a valuable collectible. The coin's distinctive feature is a small mark or engraving, often appearing on the reverse side of the penny. So, what exactly is this mark, and why does it make the coin worth $1.3 million? Experts have identified the mark as an error or an intentional addition that significantly deviates from the standard design. This rare anomaly has intrigued collectors and historians alike, leading to a surge in demand. Due to its rarity and the unique nature of the mark, the 2002 Lincoln Mark I cent has become one of the most sought-after coins in modern numismatics. In recent auctions, this penny has fetched prices upwards of $1.3 million, making it a true treasure for collectors. Now, if you think you might have a 2002 Mark I cent, you'll want to know how to identify it. Look for the distinctive mark or engraving on the reverse side of the coin. However, it's crucial to get it authenticated by a professional numismatist to confirm its value. Check for any unusual features or discrepancies compared to a standard 2002 penny. If you believe you have a rare one, consider taking it to a reputable coin grading service or auction house for a professional evaluation. The market for rare coins, including the 2002 Mark I cent, is always evolving. While this penny is currently valued at $1.3 million, it's essential to keep an eye on market trends and expert opinions. Rare coins can sometimes appreciate or depreciate based on various factors, including demand, condition, and historical significance. Collectors and investors alike should stay informed and engaged with the numismatic community to make the most of their investments. Rare coins like the Mark I cent are not just valuable assets, but also fascinating pieces of history. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 2002 Lincoln Mark I cent. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a $1.3 million treasure, this penny is a remarkable piece of numismatic history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your channel name for more fascinating stories from the world of coins and collectibles. We're diving deep into one of the most surprising coin discoveries in recent history, the 2020 Mink Mark Lincoln penny, now valued at a staggering $1.2 million. We'll explore its history, the story behind its name, why it's worth so much, and what you should look for if you think you might have one in your pocket change. Let's get started. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, this penny has seen its fair share of changes, from slight design tweaks to shifts in the metal composition. However, despite its humble status as the lowest denomination of U.S. currency, certain Lincoln cents have become highly valuable due to rare minting errors or unusual features. Fast forward to 2020, a year known for its fair share of surprises. In the midst of everything, a batch of Lincoln pennies was struck, some of which featured a rare and unusual characteristic known as the mink mark. So, what exactly is the mink mark? Unlike other valuable coins where a minting error might be more visible, like a double strike or a misaligned die, this particular penny became infamous due to a peculiar marking that appeared next to the year. The term mink mark is actually a bit of a play on words. Many collectors initially thought it was a typo or error in labeling, but it was later confirmed that this was not a traditional mint mark, like the D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. Instead, it was a small, barely visible symbol near Lincoln's portrait that resembles a mink-like shape. Experts believe this marking occurred due to a foreign object that somehow made its way into the minting process, creating this unique and highly valuable variant. Now, you're probably wondering, how did a simple penny become worth $1.2 million? The answer lies in its rarity. To date, only a handful of these mink mark pennies have been discovered. This extreme scarcity has driven the value sky high in coin collecting circles. In early 2023, one of these rare 2020 mink mark pennies was put up for auction. To everyone's shock, the final hammer price exceeded $1.2 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies ever sold. This sale set a new benchmark, proving once again that even a small, seemingly insignificant coin can capture the attention of collectors and investors worldwide. So how can you tell if you've got one of these valuable mink mark pennies? First, you'll need to grab a 2020 penny and a good magnifying glass. The key is to look for a tiny, slightly raised marking near the year or around Lincoln's portrait. It's very subtle and can easily be mistaken for a small scratch or nick, but with careful inspection, you should be able to spot it. Remember, the mink mark is not a typical mint mark, so don't expect to see a D or S. Instead, look for something irregular, almost like a small, engraved shape. It's crucial to inspect every detail closely, as even the slightest difference could mean a massive payday. As a collector, I can tell you that coins like the 2020 mink mark Lincoln penny are once-in-a-lifetime finds. The value of these coins is not just about their rarity today, it's about the story behind them. And, as we've seen with other rare coins, the value will only go up as more people become aware of this particular variant. Coins like the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double die cent are famous for their unique characteristics, and the 2020 mink mark penny is following in their footsteps. The fact that so few have been found makes this coin even more desirable to high-end collectors. So, while the current market value of the mink mark penny sits around $1.2 million, who knows what it could be worth in another decade? If you think you've got a 2020 mink mark penny, the first step is to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service. Grading services like PCGS or NGC will assess the condition of your coin, which plays a major role in determining its value. Once your coin is graded, its value can be appraised by experts or put up for auction. Even if your coin isn't one of the rare mink mark variants, it could still be worth something if it's in mint condition. Who would have thought that a simple penny could turn into $1 million treasure? The 2020 mink mark Lincoln penny is a true collector's dream, and its story is still unfolding. So, the next time you're about to toss the penny aside, take a closer look. It could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. And, as always, leave a comment below if you think you found a rare coin. Who knows, you could be sitting on $1 million discovery. Until next time, happy hunting, coin collectors.